has been nationally recognized through excellence accreditation since 2002. By prioritizing academic excellence through innovation and collaboration, the doctoral program in mathematics education at UPI remains committed to producing educators, researchers, and future leaders with doctoral qualification, particularly in the field of mathematics education. Supported by over a dozen professors, the master's program in mathematics education at UPI is now a national and international reference point. Additionally, the program has established and continues to expand global partnership with various institutions, both domestically and internationally. The program also accepts international students from several countries. Graduates of the UPI Masters of Education program are equipped with professional competencies as lecturers, professional teachers, researchers, and entrepreneurs in the field of education. Specifically, for the doctoral programs, the Mathematics Education Study Program at UPI facilitates the development of doctoral qualified careers tailored to the goals, motivation, and needs of the global job market. The vision of the Masters of Mathematics Education program at UPI is to gain international recognition in the implementation of Master of Mathematics Education towards the leadership and excellence of Indonesian University of Education. To realize this vision, the UP Master's programs in mathematics education has the following mission. First, to improve the implementation of education and teaching and learning activities in the field of mathematics education to produce the high-quality master's graduates in mathematics education. Second, to enhance the quality of innovative research in mathematics education oriented toward national and international scientific publication. Third, to enhance the quality of community service based on research through seminars, workshops, conferences, symposia, or training programs to address various issues in society. Fourth, expanding collaboration network with scientific institutions or communities. Both are the national and international levels. Structurally, the master's program and doctoral program in mathematics education at UPI are led by head of study program who is responsible for managing academic activities and program development. In carrying out their duties, the head of study program is assisted by a secretary of study program who plays an important role in supporting the smooth running of administrative and academic coordination, also provides information and guidance to students. In carrying out their activities, the master program and doctoral program in mathematics education at UPI are strengthened by faculty members with excellent academic qualifications. There are over a dozen professors and more than 60% of faculty hold doctoral degrees. These faculty members conduct activities based on their backgrounds and expertise. The presence and performance of faculty members as academics form the primary foundation and motivation for supporting the educational process from instructional activities, academic development, to supervising students' final projects. The duties of the Mathematics Education Study Program leadership at UPI, the head and secretary are supported by competent and professional educational staff to ensure the effective and efficient delivery of academic and administrative services. The Mathematics Education Study Program at UPI implements an integrated quality assurance system managed by the Quality Assurance Unit or SPM, which oversees the implementation of academic standards to ensure quality is maintained. The Internal Quality Audit or AMI systematically evaluates the Mathematics Education Study Program at UPI to ensure alignment between implementation and UPI's internal quality standards. The Mathematics Education Study Program at UPI is supported by the Quality Control Team or GKM, which is responsible for monitoring, developing, and continuously improving quality. The master's and doctoral programs in mathematics education at UPI aim to produce educators, scientists, and professional practitioners in the field of mathematics education who are adaptive to developments in science and technology. anticipatory of global challenges, and competitive at the national and international levels. The doctoral program in mathematics education at UPI is specifically designed to equip students with pedagogical, scientific, and research competitions to support innovation in mathematics learning, mathematics education research, and data-driven contextual decision-making. As an effort to expand their knowledge and academic networks, students in master's and doctoral programs in mathematics education at UPI are encouraged to write innovative scientific papers published in accredited national journals or reputable international journals. The learning process in the master's and doctoral programs in mathematics education at UPI is designed based on student-centered learning, where students are actively involved in discussion, scientific presentations, and the use of technological products to hone their critical thinking and collaborative communication skills. The curriculum of the Mathematics Education Study Program at UPI, both for the master's program and the doctoral program in mathematics education, is comprehensive yet flexible, allowing students to choose courses relevant to their academic needs and professional interests. As part of developing professional competencies and social responsibility, students
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can you hear my voice?
Yes, Pak.
Okay, let's start our session today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, speakers, lecturers, students, and all participants. Praise to be to Allah Almighty of His blessing, allowing us to gather today in a good health and spirit. Yeah, on a fourth day of our international seminar of mathematics and mathematics education. On behalf of the committee, I would like to warmly welcome you all to day 4. Our today session is a student parallel session. And before we start our session today, let me introduce myself. My name is Bil Khairi Rizky Bustaren, and it is my honor to serve you as a master ceremony and moderator for today's session. But before we proceed to the main agenda, let us begin with a prayer according to our respective beliefs. May today's seminar run smoothly and meaningful to our academic contribution to all of us. Let us pray, please. Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. And let's open our agenda today by basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. May our session today be blessed and successful by our God. Okay, before entering to academic session, we will have a photo session for documentation. So for all participants, please, and the committee will take several screenshots. Okay, we have about 3 pages here. Let's start with the page 1. Okay, give your best smile, please. Okay, for the page 1, please smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the second page, please smile. 1, 2, 3. And for the last page, please smile too. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll now start our session today. First session, we have two sides about mathematics and mathematics education. Actually, we have here Mr. Dilham. Are you here, Mr. Dilham?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I see your face. And we have here Miss Amelia Devrianti. Say hello, Miss Amelia.
Yes, hello, Mr.
Yes, both of them is our doctoral student in UPI, and one of them going to French, Mr. Dilham, and one of them going to Japan, yeah, Miss Amelia. And another one, hello, can say hello. Yeah, yeah, okay. There is, I think I see the name Fitriani Agustin, yeah. Okay. Maybe before we start the presentation, I will inform you about the regulation. So our invited speaker will speak about 10 minutes in total, including presentation and short discussion. So I kindly ask all speakers and participants to be mindful of allocation time. So you can maybe present for 8 minutes and 2 minutes to discussion. Okay, so let us begin with our first speaker. Here we have Mr. Dilham Fardian, MPD, doctoral student PMDSU, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. We will talk about DDR also and anthropological to deliver his presentation. So to Mr. Dilham, the time is yours, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Billy, for the opportunity. Do you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dilham Fardian, a doctoral student majoring in mathematics education at Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to serve as an invited speaker at this international seminars on mathematics education. It is truly an honor to be part of this academic forum. So today, I will present our collaborative research entitled Comparing Lower Secondary Mathematics Textbook from France, Japan, and Indonesia, a Praxeological Analysis of Linear Equation. So this study is a joint work with Prof. Hamid Chechowa from Université Grenoble-Alpes, France, Prof. Tatsuya Mizoguchi from Tottori University, Japan, Prof. Didi Suryadi, Prof. Sufiani Prabawanto, and Prof. Al-Jupri from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. So, over the past 2 decades, Indonesia has implemented 3 major curriculum reforms from KTSP, Curriculum 2013, and the most recently, the Merdeka curriculum. However, despite these continuous changes, Indonesia performance in the Program for International Students Assessments, or PISA, has consistently remained below the international average. This situation invites us to reflect more deeply on how mathematics is taught and how mathematical content is presented to study, specifically in mathematical textbooks, which play a central role in mathematics classroom. So there are two research questions. First, how are the praxis and the logos blocks of linear equation in math variable presented in mathematics textbooks? And the second, what condition and constraint can explain the difference and similarity between the knowledge around linear equation in each educational systems? So in the methodology, we obtain empirical data from the lower secondary school mathematics textbooks from 3 countries, France, Japan, and Indonesia. We selected Japan and France because their high and relatively comparable score in PISA, while Indonesia, which attained a lower score of mathematics, was included to provide a constructing perspective, so representing a developing country with different educational challenges. Then to propose a model that clarifying the levels at which comparison occur in our comparative study, we use the levels of didactic codetermination. So you can see we will analyze all the 9 levels of didactic codetermination in our analysis. First, in the result, we analyze the difference and similarity at the society school levels. So you can see in the table 1, in summary, Indonesia and Japan are the earliest country to introduce algebraic idea, with students first encountering the notion of linear equation at approximately age 8 to 10 in grade 3 of elementary school. For France, early forms of algebraic thinking appear during cycle 3 or approximately age 10 to 12, while in the formal study of linear equation is developed later at the beginning of lower secondary education. You can see also in table 2 provide a comparative overview of the key structural dimensions of the curriculum and textbook system in France, Japan, and Indonesia. After that, we then analyze the difference and similarity at the pedagogical level. So you can see in figure 5 illustrate the textbook that we use to analyze the praxeological component in each country. So in order to illustrate the pedagogical orientation underlying these textbooks, we map the dominant pedagogical level observed in each country with a three-dimensional framework, as you can see in figure 6. So we constructed these 3 dimensions using a deductive analytic procedure. So we synthesize the indicator for each axis from established theoretical framework in mathematics education. In our representation, you can see there are 3 colors. Each country is depicted in a distinct color, while orange represents Indonesia, blue represents Japan, and red represents France. You can see also there are 3 axes. The x-axis illustrates the curriculum and teaching philosophy. The y-axis represents the pedagogical approach, and the z-axis corresponds to the task design found in the textbooks. So after that, we then analyze the difference and similarity at the subject levels. So you can see in our analytic model, we develop a reference epistemological model as the working hypothesis to analyze knowledge regarding linear equation in one variable. This is our reference epistemological model. After this, we then mapping the type of tasks in France, Japan, and Indonesia. In our study, we compare the organization of type of tasks in lower secondary mathematics textbook from France, Japan, and Indonesia based on the reference epistemological model with the framework of anthropological theory of the didactic. So you can see this figure represent the epistemological map that underpins our selection and guides the identification of the type of tasks examined in our analysis. So after the coding process, a total of 70 types of tasks related to linear equation were identified across the 3 textbook systems. You can see table 3 display the distribution of the identified type of tasks in France, Japan, and Indonesia. So because the number of tasks associated with each type of task differs across system, it is essential for us to examine not only the present or absent of type of task, but also its relative weight within each textbook. So we adopt the criteria of significance proposed by Chasowa et al., which set a threshold at 5%. So you can see figure 5 presents the resulting distribution of significant type of tasks in 3 countries. So after this, we then analyze the technique for solving linear equation. So we use a priori analysis to identify the pragmatic scope of technique. So in line with our reference epistemological model, we synthesize the solution approach associated with each type of task into 4 categories of technique: arithmetic technique, algebraic technique, visualization technique, and the formulation technique. So based on our a priori analysis, the 2 pivotal tasks, numerical evaluation and symbolic manipulation, naturally fall into the pragmatic scope of arithmetic technique and algebraic technique, as you can see in the red note. We also analyze the what we call the logos blocks of our analysis. After that, We then analyze using a posteriori analysis to understand the institutional scope of technique. You can see that our analysis showed that algebraic technique dominate in the French and Japanese textbooks, accounting for more than 48% in France and 56% in Japan. So in contrast, Indonesian textbooks are dominated by arithmetic technique, which represent more than 42% of the task analyzed. After that, we compare the institutional scope of technique with the pragmatic scope of technique. So, what I call in France and Japan, you can see that the institutional scope of technique align with the pragmatic expectation, while in contrast, in Indonesia, Indonesia exhibits two notable deviations. You can see in the red note, T11 and T14, where the tasks pragmatically associated with algebraic, but are positioned within arithmetic. Okay, so based on our results, there are important thinking to discuss, which is how to bridging between arithmetic to algebraic. So, according to several research, a key element in the transition between arithmetic to algebra is how students understand the meaning of equal signs. Now, in mathematics education, the equal sign is generally interpreted by two different ways, operationally and relationally. From operational perspective, students tend to see the equal sign as a signal to perform a calculation, as do something or something like that. But in contrast, the relational perspective view the equal sign as expressing idea, from example, from the left side to the right side. So this relational understanding is essential for solving linear equation and for developing a deeper sense of mathematical equivalence. So we introduced this model as a bridge between arithmetic to algebra. So maybe that's all I can say. Thank you very much for your opportunity. I give back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Dilham. It is very insightful presentation. Actually, we do the same research, but your research is more complicated for me. Yeah. Okay, maybe we can open one session or one question. If there is a participant who want to ask to Mr. Dilham, please. Yes, Ms. Nur Kamaria, you can open your mic and you can ask directly.
Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, yes, clearly.
Okay. Thank you for your insightful presentation, Mr. Dilham. I really appreciate how clearly you explained the comparison across the three countries. I found your cross-country comparison particularly interesting, especially the distinction in the dominant mathematical technique. So, based on your research finding, the dominant technique identified in Japanese and French textbook is algebraic, right? Whereas
Right.
in Indonesian textbook, it tends to be arithmetic. So why do you think there is such a difference between Indonesia and French and Japan in terms of the dominant mathematical technique used? I think that's from me. Thank you so much.
Okay, you can also answer directly, Mr. Dilham.
Okay. Thank you very much for the very interesting question. So in my research, wait a minute. We found that in France and Japan, they are usually using algebraic technique, while in Indonesia, they usually using arithmetic technique. So why this happen? So because you ask about we can see the level of didactic co-determination. So you say why the difference in school or this country. We can analyze or we can answer it in these terms: society and school level. Where's this? This. So you can see here that in table 1, there are a distribution of school level for the teaching of equation in France, Japan, and Indonesia. You can see in France, the linear equation was firstly introduced in arithmetic technique in cycle 3, which is in the grade 5 or 6, and then introduced again in the grade 7, right? But in Japan, the equation was firstly introduced in the 3rd grade and then continue again in the 5th and 6th grade, and then continue again in this grade. But in Indonesia, you can see that equation was firstly introduced in the grade 3, but there is a missing link here, and then they continue again in grade 7. So I think this is the reason why Indonesia tend usually to use arithmetic technique rather than algebraic, because in France and Japan they introduce continue the equation from this grade to this grade, while in Indonesia you can see there are a big missing link here. I think this is the reason why Indonesia is a little bit different compared to France and Japan. I hope this answers your question.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ilham. So, because we have a limited time, so actually we will end the session for Mr. Ilham. And as a token of appreciation, we will give you a certification. I will share it to you. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Ilham. Congratulations and thank you once again. Please.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Ilham. So we'll move to next speaker. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, for the next session, we have